rated E10 for ages 10 and up.
Hi, thank you so much for being part of this interview. How are you doing? And would you mind, for those who do not know you, and I don't think there are so many of them out there, but also introducing yourself?
Yes, hi, thanks for the opportunity. So I'm Michael Hartinger. I'm for 5 years part of the indie game community in Austria with a couple of indie game projects and mainly with the Vienna Game Dev meetup that I host. Unfortunately, only until COVID hit on a monthly basis. And since over a year, I'm the left hand of the game director for SpongeBob game at Purple M Studios. And currently, since December, I have my own game as a game director, a secret project.
Oh, secret project. You already triggered everything I would love to hear. Okay, but let's talk about Purple Lamp Studios. I mean this is already a huge name in the Austrian game dev scene. Can you tell us a little bit about the studio?
Definitely. So, Purple M Studios is over 2 years old now. It was built from the I wouldn't say leftover, but from the basis of Sproing, which went insolvent, unfortunately, a couple of years ago. We are currently around 35 people working on 2.5 projects, I would say. We released our first multi-platform game this year, which is SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, a remake of a really famous and well-received PlayStation 2, GameCube, and original Xbox game from 2003. Um, we built this game completely from scratch in Unreal 4, and it released this June and sold over a million copies in 3 weeks.
Wow, okay. This is incredible. I mean, can you tell us a little bit more about the game, like about the mechanics and the experience also when developing it? Pretty much
Yes,
everything.
definitely. Everything. I will give a short overview. So this is a third-person platformer in the from the likes from Super Mario game. So, and I think it's one of the best IP licensed games there are out there. So the original, I'm talking about the original now, and it did also really well back in the day. And fortunately, THQ Nordic approached us over 2 years ago that they want to have a remake of it, not a remaster, a remake, so completely from scratch. And that's what we set out to do. So we started to analyze the game, rebuild it completely. It has a lot of mechanics. It has three playable characters. You have SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy, each with a different move set. It has the original voice cast from the show you probably know if you're my age or younger. And it's really it's a it's a really, if you're a fan of SpongeBob, you live in Bikini Bottom, in the world of Bikini Bottom, and you move around with SpongeBob, with Sandy and Patrick, and you have excellent cut scenes with voiceovers that we actually recorded for 9 additional languages, and it released on Switch, which is the perfect platform for it, Xbox, PS4, and PC. And yesterday it released for Stadia too. So it's also
Oh,
technical.
congrats, congrats. This is exciting. This is really like this sounds like a huge success. So congrats to everything. And I mean, the next question is pretty obvious. I mean, so secret project already tackled things, but I mean, what can you share about your future plans, the future steps, and also maybe a little bit the future vision?
Yes. So we were an independent studio until 3 weeks ago. So doing contract work for publishers, pitching games to publishers, then they pay us to create games, and then they get the money for games that go well. But since we did such an amazing job, as I think with SpongeBob, THQ Nordic considered to buy us, and they did so. So 3 weeks ago, THQ Nordic bought Purple Lamp Studios with the vision for us that we become the number one go-to studio for multi-platform games for licensed IPs, because they consider this to be one of our main strengths, that we stay true to the IPs, that we handle licensing really carefully, and that's why we are working currently on two similar sized to SpongeBob games now, two projects, and the third project is that we still work on the early access version of the Guild 3, which will go into version 1.0 sometime soon.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see what the future brings. This is really exciting news, and I think everyone who was like reading the Austrian Super Games news was like cheering incredibly.
Yeah.
So let's switch the topic a little bit. Like, I mean, you have a long history in the game dev scene already. Do you have any advices you can give young developers or people trying to get into the games industry?
Definitely. So my advice that would also be really helpful for me, since I started a new project which is really huge and extremely exciting. Don't be afraid of Unreal. Don't be afraid of C or C++. Consider blueprints. Consider moving from blueprints to C or C++, and don't be scared. Apply for jobs. Actually, we are looking for nearly 13 positions at the moment, which starts from 3D artists, 2 artists, UX, UI people, tech artists, project managers, Unreal programmers, game designers, and level designers. So there is a lot of jobs you can apply to. So at the moment, there are also 2 other studios in Vienna that also related to THQ Nordic or the Embracer family that also hire a lot of people, and there is this. We do not want it. It's not wise to only fill them with senior people, with experienced people. This is the time to apply, get into talks, and hunt for game dev jobs for AA plus games made in Austria now. So for SpongeBob, for example, the core team was 22 people for nearly 2 years. We worked on the game with more than 15 outsourcers that supported us on that. So it's a game made in Austria, and it's a worldwide success.
Wow. Yeah, again, I cannot be more excited, and this is super interesting. I just have to add a question here. Like, what size are you aiming at in terms of studio size? I mean, it sounds like you're upscaling a lot.
Yes, we are upscaling a lot. So right now we are 35, and I think we will need to grow to nearly double. Not really, but nearly double the size. And but not from today to tomorrow. But this will take time. But we definitely will need people, and there are a lot of projects that need to be made that we think we might be the best possible partner to make them.
Cool. The last question. This could be, I don't know. It could be an easy one for some. Could be a super challenging one. 2020. 2020 was a very weird year, and yeah, everyone did cope with different challenges and did cope differently with those challenges. How was it for you? And yeah, and did you learn something also? Like, was there something which you're looking forward to in the next years when things are normal again? And are there takeaways?
I hope they are normal again next year, but yeah, definitely a big challenge. So in Purple Lamp, we had a no home office policy really until March 13th or something, and then we had a only home office policy from Friday to Monday. So so we went home on Friday knowing that we will need to finish the game starting from Monday. We had our submissions, in March and April. The game was done and the Goldmaster was, and the one batch were ready end of April. Game released then in beginning of June or mid of June. So we actually finished the game and started a new game while adapting to a completely remote setup for us and the team and the publisher and whoever. And we adapted really quickly and we made it somehow. It was not easy. We needed to, pull a lot of tricks and spend a lot of time trying out new tools, ways of communication, figuring things out. But we learned a lot, and actually we are still working from home since March. Only 1 or 2 people are in the office that are actually needed, because of dev kits and stuff, or some technical equipment that's only available in the office. But everything else is completely remote. It works. It's not fun. There's a lot of, social interactivity missing, and you have these talks at coffee or you go for lunch together. Stuff like this is really draining the team spirit a bit, but we are trying to improve on that every day, and we in our retros we talk about this a lot and try to come up with solutions to overcome the missing stuff that hit us because of the COVID.
Thank you so much for sharing this. This was super interesting. I am super excited, as you might see. And yeah, really the best of luck. I hope a lot of people are joining your studio really soon, because it sounds like a great opportunity. And yeah, and thanks for this really honest and interesting interview.
Thank you very much. And really, everybody who wants to apply jobs at purplelampstudios.com or purplelamp.com. And I'm pretty sure you will post the open positions that I sent you in the chat too. So everybody should apply. No guarantees, but we should definitely always talk about stuff. So much excellent talent from universities and FHs that worked on the game, that did not come with experience and made the experience while doing the game. So I'm a big supporter of that.
Cool. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.